Have you ever had a dream that felt so real that you woke up knowing this is not random? This is something. Well, that happened to me last night, and this has happened to me many times. But tonight, this morning, I woke up with such a presence of an ache inside my heart because the memory that was coming through from this dream was a realization of an old wound within me that I thought that I had handled. And it wasn't that I did not handle it. It is that I was, not that I did not handle it. It is that I'm at another layer of my healing. And this dream brought me back to an incident that happened back in 2017. Okay, March 17, 2017. I remember the date of that incident because it was so profound in me, and it shifted how I then showed up in my world. And I thought, after all these years, I have broken through that ceiling. And now I have been given the opportunity through this dream coming up again to see that there is a moment now to reflect and heal. Like when I woke up, yes, my heart was aching and I was sad because it was a sad experience. And it is something that I will never ever want to experience again. And it is one that I don't want anyone that I love to experience it, to experience what happened that day. Yet, I must say that I am so grateful for this dream because it has now shown me what is my next needing of healing, right? Because like I've said in many, many times before, our dreams are here to support us. They're here to guide us. And I went through a long time of like being afraid in my dream world. And someone with the same dream that I had last night, the remembrance of a traumatic event that shifted the way I showed up in the world. It shifted how I made decisions. It shifted even how I showed my presence on miracles within us, my business. And now that I am working back into it full-heartedly and feeling so good about it, it makes sense. It makes so much sense that this has come up. And the reason why I'm sharing this is not just to talk about me. It is, I am a reflection of you. This is to talk about you. This is the message for today, right? I usually see me pulling cards, and if I get some time before I get to where I gotta get to, I will pull a card for us. But the message, the intuitive message for us today, it is through this. Our dreams, our subconscious mind, our meditations, all these moments are coming to us right now to give us the gift of revisiting and learning. As I reflected on the dream and everything within it, I saw that the way that I handled the situation then was to try to create conditions around what can and can't happen moving forward. This sense of control. And the thing is, control is an illusion. We all know that. And so this dream showed me where I was still holding on to the belief of control. This almost flew away, this feather, and I want to share this with you. As I was walking to my car, I saw a feather on the floor, but I didn't pick it up, right? Because I was in a rush to get in the car, just like I am right now, kind of trying to, not in a rush, but it's like I don't have another moment to do anything other than get to where I need to get to, right? And so I was like, okay, and I said thank you to the feather from a distance. And as I opened my car and I opened the sunroof, guess what fell in? A feather, right? And this is my symbol that I'm not alone. This is my symbol that my guardian angels are with me, that my ancestors are with me, and that This dream was birthed inside me not to create fear, not to be in pain, but to recognize the moment of healing, to recognize the ability to move forward and heal my heart and another dimension so that I can move forward now and create what I am here to create. Like I said, this dream was a symbolism of an incident that happened back in 2017. And back in 2017 is where everything shifted with me and miracles within us. That is when I started to pull back. That's when I started to create unhealthy habits. That is a lot of things happened then, right? And as I have been healing and forgiving myself for the way that I handled certain situations, and now being able to have the courage to show up and not be afraid to share my story, right? I see that this is a healing opportunity. And so I invite you at this moment, right now, to do the same. I invite you in this moment to sit with yourself and say, what is the fear that is coming up for me? Right? And to look at that fear with a smile upon your face to face with that fear, and say, thank you for showing yourself to me, because no more will you be in the unseen world. Now you will be in the seen world. And now that I can see you, I can do something about it. Right? And for me is to release and to accept what has occurred without blame, without shame, without trying to control. And also another lesson I learned with that was to accept also everyone else's decisions moving forward from this moment on. Because the thing is, it didn't happen to me, it was something I witnessed that affected me because of someone I love deeply, someone I cherish. I'll share, it was my dad, right? And I will never want him to have that experience again. And it was so scary inside my heart. And I thought I was going to lose my father in that moment in time. And in the dream, I was reminded of the pain of going through all those emotions. And now I can smile and say, thank you for showing me this so that I can appreciate what I still have with my father, right? And you know what? One thing that was also interesting about this is that even though that dream was happening and it was a scary dream, there was a song playing in the background. And the song, you're gonna laugh. It's a kid's song, and it's a song that goes like, oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Some car just tried to do some crazy thing in the highway. Distractions. But I'm aware. Multitasking self, Melissa. Right? So in the dream, as I was waking up, I kept having this dream, this song. And shoot, it's a kid's song. What is the song? It goes something like this. Wait, I wrote it down. Hold on, let me see if I can see it. I forgot the name. Oh, the more we get together, the happier we'll be, right? And it's a kid's song that goes, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. And that to me coincides with this dream because I have elderly parents. My father is in his late 70s, right? And I don't know how much more time I have with my dad, right? And so this was a reflection of that too. Is like, take appreciation of the moment now, how he shows up for me, how I show up for him, how we connect. Because if anyone who knows my story, I had a very a strange relationship with my father because I grew up with a lot of anger towards him, right? Because of his decisions, his inability to show up for me the way that I thought I deserved and needed. As a sensitive, intuitive child, my parents did not know how to handle me, right? They just did not. They dismissed me, and the pain in the wound, and there was a lot of finger pointing, right? And also there was another part of the dream that it was about money. And so, as we know, the relationship we have with our father is directly correlated to our money, right? Our relationship with our father is directly correlated with money. And as I am now working on breaking the ceiling of where I have been in my creation, in my ability, in my level of confidence, right? In my ability to show up every day, no matter what, right? That sort of drive is breaking through the ceiling. And this dream is giving me the opportunity to visit and see these wounds so that I could finally put them to rest. And if they ever do occur again, it is for me to break another ceiling. It is for me to have another breakthrough. It isn't for me to feel sad or to feel trapped or to feel shame or to feel blame, right? Or to feel that I need to control, that I need to now go call my parents and call my dad and scare him because of the dream I had. No, that isn't the reason why we've been gifted the realization of dreams. Okay? So to all my dreamers out there, I want you to go deeper into what is this bringing up for me? What wound is this? And as I visit the wound, I sit in appreciation for the knowing now that I can now let it go and release. And this is the message for all of us today. What is your fear that keeps coming up for you? What is that fear that keeps arriving, that keeps stopping you, that keeps putting a pause on your movement? This is the time to stop that from happening. And that is the message of today. The message of today is about do not let yourself play small anymore. It is time to look at the wounds face to face. And if you need to cry, cry. But move forward at the same time. Use that moment of crying, that moment of anger, that moment of rage, that moment of shame, that moment of whatever, fill in the blank. Whatever that moment is symbolizing, I want you to sit face to face with it and say, what is it that you're trying to teach me? Because if you're anything like me, I learn a lot through the hard way. I have to fall and get up, fall and get up, fall and get up a billion times before I freaking get it. And for a long time, I used to get mad at myself for it. But no, I fall and get up, and I fall and I get up. And every time I fall and every time I get up, I perfect it better. And the perfection isn't about me being perfect. The perfection is about me releasing what's holding me back. So as you sit with this today, I want you to sit with the awareness, reflect on this today. And with everything that is happening in the planet, woo! With all these planets and everything and how they're impacting us, my friend, we are in alignment today and the next day or so. We are in the most rarest alignment that has never happened in our lifetime. We do not really know what can be birthed from this. We could only speculate through patterns. And I am asking you at this time to break through those patterns and jump into the timeline that is mostly yours, the highest timeline. And you know something, last night before I went to bed and as I was going to sleep and drifting into my dreams, I was sitting with cleansing myself, and I kept saying to myself, I am now in my highest timeline. I am now in my highest, most prosperous, most abundant, most knowing, most juiciest timeline. And I kept saying that and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it until I fell asleep. And then I had this dream. And in the past, I would think, oh, it didn't work. Oh, I woke up like this. Oh my God, I would be miserable. And today I'm like, what a freaking blessing. But in order for me to have recognized that, I needed to be willing to shift things around, because usually I'll get up, take care of my puppy, take care of my hygiene, and then I turn on that camera and I'm doing my video for the day. And today I said, no, I need to sit with this pain for a minute. And I took out my journal. That was the first thing I did. Took out my journal and I started writing and writing and writing. And I wrote a lot. And then I came to these realizations that I'm now sharing with you. And I'm like, I now don't have time to do a reading. I need to get in that car and go. Right? And I'm here, still showing up. And now I feel so good about this. Right? This is what this is calling us to do today. If you had this sort of moment, you woke up and you needed to do something different, you need to shift things around, do not be afraid to shift things around. Do not, because this is yourself stepping into the highest version of yourself. And you cannot bring the old you into the new version of you. You can't. You can only bring the lessons you've learned, the wisdom that you've learned from that. But you cannot bring the wounds. You cannot bring the wounds with you. Okay? So this is the challenge. The challenge today, what I'm challenging you with today, is to move forward in the direction of opening yourself up to the truth. I am in a new timeline. And as such, I'm going to be doing things different. And I'm going to welcome it. And it may be, a little crazy. I might not do it all correctly. That's okay. That is okay. Can you believe I have this sunroof? It's pouring out here and I'm not getting wet. Right? Oh, I just got wet right now. You saw that, right? But before that, I wasn't getting wet. And the thing is, that is something about realizing. It's like what you think will bring you down isn't bringing you down. It's giving you enlightenment. What are you going to do with this opportunity today? What are you going to do with this now? Right? Now I'm going to close it because it's really coming down and none of my stuff is wet. That's so crazy. So I want to leave you with that. I may be able to pull a card, but I have to take a pause for a sec. But we'll see. Right? I want you to take this in. Right? I want you to really take this in. And, that song, the more we're together, the happier we'll be. The more we are together, the happier we'll be. And in the dream, it just kept repeating. Like, it made no sense to what was going on. And it's a kid's song. It's like, the happier we'll be, but the more we are together, the more we are together, the happier we'll be. The happier we'll be. Something like that is the rhythm. I can't really get the rhythm right now because I'm so hyped around this realization and, sharing it with you. But I want you to recognize the truth of that moment in yourself. And to take in this message today as the intuitive guidance. Pay attention to your dreams. Right? And if you're not a dreamer, pay attention to how you feel when you wake up. Pay attention to what keeps coming into your mind. Right? Hey, maybe I can pull a card at this red light. Dude, whatever. I have this deck right here with me. Let's see what we get. It just changed. Okay, this card. All right. Hold on. Hold on. I love this. I freaking love this. Oh, wow. We got this yesterday. Look. 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 Mira, look. Mira, look. Look, 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 Linda, Linda. We got the fire guardian, right? This talks about ignite your passion. And that's what I'm feeling right now, right? My passion is to deliver the most accurate information I can through my awarenesses, through my intuitive guidance, right? And a lot of people know me as like the angel girl or the tarot reader. But you want to know something? I'm none of those things. You know what I am? I am the person who is sharing the truth. And I'm using tarot and using my connection with my angels and my spirit and my ancestors as a means to share the truth, right? I use it as a tool, but I'm not those things. What I am is a person who is remembering who they are. And that is the gift that I leave you with. That is the gift that I want you to start seeing in yourself. The gift that I give to the world. It's not my tarot. It is the remembrance of who we are. And the way that we remember ourselves is through going inside of ourselves. And the dreams for me is a version of me going inside of myself. And a lot of you who are connected to me are either dreamers or really uh, good people who have deep visualizations, right? Like you see things, you have big sort of impressions, and it's the reason why we attract each other is because of that, right? And I want you to take that into yourself too. You're more than what you do. You are using what you do as a vehicle, as a tool to deliver what it is you have inside of you to come out. But that isn't who you are, what you are, like how you define yourself. And I want you to start recognizing that because we are shifting identities. We are shifting from the identity of what others have placed upon us and have others have said, this is who you are, to now saying, actually, this is who I am. And who you realize and recognize to yourself to be is way more than what anyone has ever been able to reflect back to you. You need to be the biggest reflection for yourself. So I want you to start taking that in. I use, certain things. I use different tools. A lot of people I connect with also know how to read cards, do tarot in some way. They have their own meditative practices. They have their own way of connecting with nature and their ancestors. That is a tool. That isn't who you are. Who you are is the concoction of everything that allows that to be a tool for you. Right? Do you see the difference? Right? You are not that. That is what helps you express a version of yourself, but it isn't the full version of you. I love this. What identity are you defining yourself under, and is it accurate to you? Right? Let yourself reveal, see that in yourself. Ignite your passions. Use all the tools you want to use. It's there for you to use. There's an abundance of everything. Now use what you want, but don't let that define you. Let it just be a tool. Let it be a reflection of a piece of how you deliver, right? If I would have stayed with, no, I must do the reading this way, I was going to miss out on this important message for you and for me. I would have missed out on this connection right now. This realization, this moment of growth, this moment of shifting from one timeline into a more higher version of myself, right? This is another part of me, a higher version of me, where I am able to not just pull the cards, but intuitively take in all that is coming through. So thank you so much for being with me. This has been such a fun thing to do right now. And I'm so appreciative of my own internal growth, right? And I'm a reflection of you, so I want you to see that in you. Be proud of yourself for where you are today. And I think there's a significance as well back to 2017. What was going on for you in 2017? Because that came up for me, and for me it was a specific date, right? March 17th, right? And so put in that time frame. If you have journals from back then, or you have videos or pictures, look at yourself. Get into yourself. What was going on and what shifted in you? Because that was a pivotal moment in my life of shifting. I did a huge shift because some fear stepped into my sphere, and I didn't see it at the time. But now I see it face to face, and now I can move through it. And now I can also help others move through it through the awareness of such. Right? So that's what I want us to take in today. And remember, the fire guardian is with us, right? Ignite your passions. Where's the card? Ignite your passions. The fire guardian is with us. Okay? What does that mean for you? What does this do for you? Right? Look at this card for a moment. What is it bringing up for you? Right? The fire is the spirit within us. That's how I see fire. Fire to me is the spirit. Water to me is the emotional body of us, right? The earth element, the tierra, la madre, the mother earth is the physical body, the tangible, right? The air and the wind is representing to me the sky, the sun, and everything that's in the cosmos, right? To me is the sun, the clouds, the stars, the moon. All of that is the sky, right? Is that energy of the cielo, el cósmico, the cosmics, right? And remembering that we are that as well, right? When we break our atoms down, all the way down to its smallest particle that we can like really comprehend at this moment in time in science, we are the same makeup as stardust. And stardust is a small version of the whole entirety of the cosmos, because it is the same thing. It's just showing itself in one figure. That is what we are. That's why we all have our individual selves, yet we all still feel, we all still bleed the same, we all still reproduce the same, we all still have a mind, a heart, a body, a brain. We may have different colors of skin. We may have different genders. Our shapes of our bodies may be different. Our hair is different. Our mannerisms may be different. The shape of our eyes and our eyebrows may be different. The shape of our lips may be different. Name it, it may be. But at the end of the day, inside of it all, it's the same. It is entirely the same. We all come from the same thing. And that's what we need to start seeing. And as we're shifting into this new dimension, all of those beliefs that are, well, I'm better than you, because I come from this financial situation, or because I'm this color of skin, or because I was born on this part of the world, that shit is all bullshit. And we're so waking up to that. And those who do not want to let it go are the ones that have benefited from the beliefs of that And the reason why they don't want to let it go is because to recognize that would mean that they would need to let go of their identity, and there's a need to shift identities. And that's what's happening now. We're all awakening to the true identity. And those who are trying to step on top of us who are waking to our identity are going to be faced with a lot of karmic experiences. And I don't say that like punishment or anything. I'm saying it because they're going to have to experience some deep wound pain to eradicate that, right? And some of us, we're just going through, wow, it looks so beautiful, like this rain. Um, I'm gonna stay silent for a moment so you can hear it. And as I'm speaking, the water is washing and cleansing. And just like, I don't know if you checked out Saturday's reading, I did it in the car, right? And it was pouring and there was lightning. And then at the end, the birds came out. We heard birds chirping, right? Like, it was so cute. And so this is about that. This is the cleansing, right? The message that was a part of that Saturday reading, right, was this knowing that the water, even it brings nourishment, it cleanses, and then it brings nourishment, right? It brings life back. So this is what we're experiencing right now. We're experiencing a washing away, needing to face the emotion, right? Because I woke up, my heart was in physical pain. Like I was living in the moment all over again. And I sat with myself and I told myself, everything's okay. Everything's okay, Melissa. I love you. Everything's okay. Nothing is happening, but there's something you need to see here. Don't run away from this moment. Look at this moment. And as I was talking myself through that, I saw the truth, right? That I am now revealing here with you. And so now I give you the opportunity to see that for the things that cause you fear. They're there to tell us something. Our emotions and feelings are here to tell us something. They're not for us to have fear, but for us to see and to recognize the truth of us, right? And just like anyone else, I have wounds. I live this world, and being a part of this world, we go through shit. We go through a lot of things, and we all have different levels of trauma, right? And they come up in different moments, and it impacts us in different ways. And right now, what are you going to do with that? Are you going to let it stop you? Are you going to have it be something that holds you back? Or are you going to look at it face to face and say, I'm not going to let you take away the fire that has been ignited in me, the fire of my passion, the spirit within me. When I said that, my timer things said 3333, right? That's a symbol for you out there, right? 4 3s, 3333, right? What is that meaning for you? I know that when I was 33, I went through also another transition in my life. A really deep healing needed to happen. I went through a serious pain around losing a close friend and not being able to say bye to them. And also recognizing that I was in connection, in relationships that were self-serving on their end, and I was in a place of wound. I was living out my wounds, and my wound of pleasing, my wound of please accept me, please take me, please, 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 right? So right now I give you the invitation to move forward and see that this is a moment of healing. This is a moment of truth, and that what are you going to do with it? All right, my friends, until the next time, de mi corazón hasta la tuya, from my heart to yours. Ciao.